Pardon me, why don't them Greeks have their violence out under a brush arbor? It'd be a lot cooler.
Abigail, we didn't come here to discuss mint juleps. Miss Barnett, we represent the Cottonwood Grove Ladies Pacific Virtue. I'm Mrs. Rhodes, the president, and this is Mrs. Cathcart, the vice president. Charmed, I'm sure. Do you like to call me? I'm sure it's still warm. No, thank you, Miss Barnett. This is not a social call. So if you don't mind, we will forego the amenities and get right down to business.
So I take it you ladies didn't come to find out we have ladies' night?
I should say not. As members of the Ladies Pacific Virtue, it is our duty to investigate newcomers and to discourage undesirables from settling in Cottonwood Grove.
Mrs. Brodus, me and Fred came to the territory to make a living just like anyone else. We aim to provide our customers with a little more than just a nickel beer. We want to provide them with refinement, a little entertainment, and fine art.
Surely you don't call that thing over the bar fine art.
I most certainly do. I found that thing down at an auction in St. Louis.
Ethel, that painting looks familiar. Too familiar, if you ask me. Miss Barnett, if you're looking for something blue, may I suggest something a little more chaste? There's a lovely painting by Gainsborough called The Blue Boy.
Blue Boy! Yeah, I've heard everything. Thank you, Miss Brodus, but I don't believe the Blue Boy would appeal to our clientele.
Then I suppose your entertainment will be of a carnal nature also?
Not unless you call grand opera carnal. Pee-wee, go upstairs and fetch Miss Brigidelli.
Who?
Miss Serena Brigidelli?
Oh, you mean Miss Sarah?
Yeah, Miss Serena. Just came in on stage today.
How exciting! Does she speak English?
Not too well, she ain't been here very long.
Well, she's very pretty. Let us hear her say something in Italian.
Serena, honey, they want you to say something in Italian.
What do they want?
They want you to say something in Italian.
Oh, Italiano, sì. Caro mio bene, credibilmente, senza di te, non riesco We need to invite her to sing for our next meeting. Perhaps we'll volunteer her first. Of course. Do you girls sing too?
Oh no, ma'am, I couldn't get done in a bucket. I just make the customers happy.
And just how do you keep the customers happy?
Oh, you know, I talk to them and tell They'll get thirsty and buy alcoholic beverage.
Abigail, how can you say such a thing? Don't you realize his girls are soiled doves?
Soiled doves.
Well, they look clean enough to me. Everybody gets dirty doing housework.
Don't you understand? They're what we call ladies of the evening.
Well, if they're going to stay open all night, somebody has to wait on the customers.
Abigail, don't you ever heard of painted ladies?
Of course I have. Remember at the vaudeville show? And from the way our husbands looked at them ladies, we can use all sorts of our faces to brighten them up too.
Abigail, we're talking about ladies of ill repute.
Miss Bradles, why don't you just go ahead and say, you think me and Daisy are nothing but a bunch of color
Mind your tongue. Mrs. Brody, I can assure you I'm not from the body house. So is there anything else you'd like to know before you leave?
Well, we haven't heard a word from this young man. Heaven only knows what dastardly deeds he's expected to perform.
Ladies, this is Toby. His dastardly deeds include sweeping up after we close and doing the chores.
Young man, are you allowed to patronize the bar? You realize it's illegal to serve to Indians and minors.
No, ma'am. There's no Indians in Cottonwood Grove. No miners either. Just farmers and ranchers.
Poor innocent lamb. It breaks my heart to see such a tender lad being reared by riffraff. Heaven knows what lessons in lewdness you must be learning.
Ladies, if you come back early, you can see my collection of dry Indian scalps and rattlesnake tails.
Come on, them saloon supers, stay home where they belong. Next thing you know, they'll be wanting to vote. Special is the best in the West. I'll make a sarsaparilla special and put hair on your chest. I'll use an old family recipe. sarsaparilla. It is just mild and beller as vanilla. Whoever thought little honey and sassafras could knock a fella right flat on the grass? Love that sarsaparilla special.
Fred, are you sure there's no whiskey in it?
That's right, preacher. No gin either.
It's a good thing you didn't ask about rum.
Go ahead, preacher. Drink it before it loses its fizz.
Well, all right, if you say so. Say, this is good. Why, it's even better than that cherry phosphate I had at the drugstore down in Wichita. Fred, you think it'd be all right if I had another?
Sure, preacher. What'll you have?
Make me a sarsaparilla special, just as good as the first. Whoever thought a little soft drink could do so much for thirst? Sometimes it makes me warm, makes me chill, makes me feel like I'm spirit-filled. Sarsaparilla special.
No, it's got to be non-alcoholic. If mothers give it to their babies for the colic. Yes, sir, we love that sarsaparilla, sarsaparilla. It hits you faster than an armadillo.
No matter where I wander or where I roam, won't somebody please take me home?
Oh, that sarsaparilla special. Hey, for kids. Oh, that sarsaparilla special.
I'm not a saloon girl. I'm a singer, and I am not common.
Ah, but we were consorting. Ladies, I would highly recommend it. If you were at home consorting with your husbands right now, you wouldn't be out minding other people's business. Right, Sister Brotus?
Reverend, you have no idea what you're saying. John Barleycorn's gone to your head. Forgive him, Father, for he knows not what he does.
That sounds like Fred.
Yeah? How could you say such a thing? Miss Norman, as president of the Cottonwood Grove Ladies for Civic Virtue, it is my duty to report this incident to the federal marshal. When he sees that you are running a disorderly house, disturbing the peace, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor, I am sure that he will have no other recourse than to declare this establishment a public nuisance and order it closed.
But we just opened.
And we ain't done nothing wrong. We are just having fun.
It was my turn to dance.
What you know, just when I was winning.
Ethel, why do you have to call a Blue Lady's establishment? Is saloon a dirty word to you? If you're gonna close it down, go ahead and say it. It's a plain old ordinary saloon.
Quiet, everybody. Hollering won't do you any good at all. Now, I'll admit, Miss Brotus, things do look pretty bad. But you can't go blaming the preacher for everything. He never knowed his drink was spotted. Me and Honest John was just having a little fun with it. The same as we would with any other greenhorn.
Well, it serves him right. If he had been home reading his Bible instead of out gallivanting with fancy women, he wouldn't have been tempted by worldly pleasures. Heaven knows Cottonwood Grove would be better off without this syndrome.
Now, Ethel, I'll take back as much as I'm gonna take off you. Me and Fred put our life savings into the Blue Lady. We ain't about to let some blue nose come in and shut it down. Well, if we was to leave now, we'd even have stage fare back to St. Louis.
My dear, you must know this hurts me as much as it does you. Being a public servant can be a very lonely job. How can you say let's say 10 cents on the dollar?
10 cents on the dollar? You pusillanimous old hypocrite. Actually be so no, you really wouldn't have to get your hands on that.
My dear, how can you say such a thing?
Don't call me dear. You know it's the truth, so don't try to deny it.
Well, I must admit I had thought about what a lovely veranda your front stoop would make. If I added a porch swing and got rid of that wooden Indian. I could see this place with velvet curtains and a crystal chandelier. Why, it'd be the grandest parlor in Cottonwood Grove. Just soiree we can have, Abigail.
Sounds like fun.
Don't you think that'd be a lovely place for a
Man, if I was the best place for an encore set, we thought arm wrestling.
Well, Star will have to go with some of that vulgar painting.
It still looks familiar.
What's the matter, Ethel? Does the blue lady have something you don't?
Come along, Abigail. It's time for us decent people to be out here. But we'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm bringing the Red Marshal with us. So go ahead with your debauchery. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow you shall close us. Come along, Abigail.
It's a rough apple.
The sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise.
Thank you, Brother Lonnie and Sister Sarah, for sharing your talent. Folks, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out on short notice. I'd like to tell you why I called you here, if that's all right with Marshall. Reach on.
Reverend, my buns are in the oven.
And a lot of buns they are.
You know, when this territory was a refuge for Indians and outlaws, all the men needed to get away from was trail dust and loneliness. And a saloon is fine for that. But we got families coming into this territory now. We're going to need churches and schoolhouses and city halls. Miss Goldie and her partner Fred have been kind enough to loan us this fine establishment to have our meetings in. Fred even offered a couple bottles of Mogan David wine.
Shut your mouth, Barney.
I must admit, I was tempted to accept his offer at first, but then I decided it didn't seem proper worshiping God in the saloon, and certainly he would be offended by the smell of whiskey and chewing tobacco and cheap perfume.
What do you mean, cheap? I'll have you know, we and her about 25 cents down.
Miss Goldie, how long have you been standing there?
Long enough to know you got things under control.
Would you like to join us?
Yeah, I'll just have a seat, be as quiet as a mouse. On second thought, I'll stand.
Let's see, where was I? Oh yes, when I was a boy, my mother used to always tell me, she'd say, son, don't you go in those pool halls and saloons, they're houses of sin. But anytime I came to one, I would hold my breath and run by the door just as fast as I could, but I always looked under, and you know what I saw?
What'd you say, preacher?
All I could ever see was boots, but I imagined all sorts of great happy things going on. So when I got to Cottonwood Grove, the first thing I did was I came to this saloon, and you know what I found out? I found out that most you men come here to get away from your wives.
You told me you were going to town to buy cow feed.
Now, ladies, let's not be too quick to judge. You know you like to have your little hen parties. And
I am no hand preacher.
you like to have your little talking parties then. The men need something like that too. They need to get together and talk about how the cows are running, how the crops are doing. Fred here is a mighty good listener. Why, he'll even tell you we've had enough to drink.
Like last night, preacher?
The Greeks had a word for it. They called it koinonia. It's a kind of friendship where there's no questions asked and one man's just as good as another.
Sometimes a darn sight better, preacher.
I thought you said you was just going to listen.
Sorry, preacher. Kinda got out of control.
Okay. Folks, we need to build us a church house, as is obvious when the marshal sat down on these benches. This is only temporary. Offered us this fine establishment, yet still, there are those in this community who say this is a public nuisance and a detriment to our community and it should be closed down.
Amen.
Wonder who that is. Weapons away, boys. Brodus. You may not agree with everything that goes on in the Blue Lady, but neither do I. However, have you seen anyone else own such a fine establishment? You know, folks, I'd like to invite y'all back next week, but that all depends on what the Marshal has to say. So, Marshal, why don't you come on up here?
Thank you, Reverend. You know, I didn't really know what to expect when I come down here today. From what the ladies told me, y'all kind of hooped it up last night. When I got down here this morning, I was all prepared to do my sworn duty and shut this place down if I found anybody breaking the law. But you know what? First thing I seen was this young lad sitting on the steps smiling like he was plumb glad to see us. Come inside instead of one of them honky-tonk painters. Heard all that good gospel singing. Glad I brought my wife. She says that's the one thing she misses the most since we left Missouri. Now I know this ain't no church house. Amen. Come Monday morning, it's going to be business as usual. The way I see it, if I was to shut down the Blue Lady, y'all wouldn't have no place to meet.
That's right.
And I sure don't want to hear the works of the Lord. Besides, City Council's looking for a place to meet. So, preacher, if you're planning on meeting here again next Sunday, you can count on me and my wife being here.
Thank you, Marshal. That's mighty good news.
So you mean you're not going to close the Blue Lady?
Not if y'all behave.
Praise the Lord. Everybody stand up to be dismissed and don't leave before you shake hands with your neighbors.
Wait, preacher, I have something to say.
Go right ahead, Sister Cathcart.
Hurry it up.
Are you lost your mind? No, I just remembered. Blue Lady is not a naughty picture after all. It's a work of art.
That's right.
I remember seeing it over the buffet when I was visiting my aunt in Mississippi. And I asked her, who's that a picture of? And she said, it's a portrait of the Duchess of Cumberland, done by a Dutch artist, Van Halen.
An original Van Halen, it must be worth a fortune. How am I going to get here?
Well, she told me they were selling their art treasures one by one so they could pay the taxes on the plantation. And I guess that's how I ended up in the auction in St. Louis.
Well, I always knew it was worth a part. Consider selling it.
Eat your heart out, Ethel. It ain't for sale. Yeah. But I'll tell you what I'll do. If you ever want to sponsor our show for the Orphan Boys Home, I'll let you borrow it.
Would you? Just think, the first territorial art show. We must get together and discuss this over tea. How about Thursday?
Fine with me. I'll even bring my new silk parasol Jake brought me all the way from Paris.
That art show ought to make them orphan boys grow up in a hurry.
Let's jump on it, Bill. We got her on our side now. Let's don't mess it up.
Folks, I'm sorry for the interruption, but the Lord works in mysterious ways. So when you go home, invite your neighbors to come back next week and bring something to eat. And after church, we'll go out under the big cottonwood tree. We'll have a nice dinner on the ground and rejoice that this wonderful masterpiece was not destroyed.
Preacher, tell them not to bring anything to drink, because I have a whole keg of root beer.
A whole keg of root beer? Golly, where'd you get that?
That is shipped in, all the way from New York City.
New York City!
Sunday suit,
Gonna get out our Sunday suits.
and a shirt that's starched and white.
Better be starched and white.
We'll trim our beards and shine our boots.
Trim your beards and shine your boots.
Take a bath on Saturday night.
We're cooking all kinds of things free. Let's fried chicken around. 'Cause we're on our way to Sunday and dinner on the ground.
Oh, boy.
we sing
On Sunday morning,
on Sunday morning.
glory, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Make a joyful sound.
Make a joyful sound.
And after the singing,
After the singing,
look at what we're bringing.
what we're bringing.